Fear is defined as a powerful emotion based on a belief someone or something real or imagined is a dangerous threat to your physical, emotional, psychological well-being and is likely to cause pain or harm. So that's the fear of the definition of fear. So fear is one of our most powerful human emotions and motivators. It has the potential to influence every step you take along your path. So your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, your being and doing. And if it's left unmanaged, fear's influence will limit what you see as possible. So intimately knowing your fears and how they influence your choices in your life is key to interrupting any unintended hold that they may have on you. The real you is smarter than your fear. I'm sure you can relate. So my fear is always in my background conversations, influencing my choices, how I see situations, what I believe is true, and what I say to myself. So is she mad at me? Is he judging me? Am I doing it right? Am I being criticized? When fear constantly holds you back from living your life to the fullest, it becomes a problem. So always living in the what if can hold us back in our professional and our personal lives. There's real physical threats out there, and they're pretty straightforward, because you can see signs of them. These are real, not imagined, and there's no question they can trigger a fight or flight response in any of us. But what about fears based on emotional or psychological well-being? These threaten our ego. Fear of not being good enough, criticism, poverty, aging, failure, looking bad, offending others, success, rejection, or abandonment. These are to name a few. And these fears, these are the ones I'm talking about. These fears are rooted in your beliefs that may no longer be true or were ever true. And they serve to block your path, knock you off track, stop you from going after what you really want. So these threats sure feel real and most likely are based on an experience from the past that triggered a fear reaction carried forward to the present. So this is what happened in my life. A past triggered fear that I carried over for so many years. So to be 17 years old, to be pregnant, to be negatively talked about and talked to, it made me feel like a disappointment. This made me shut down as a person. I used to be real outgoing, but this shut me down totally as a person. I felt like a failure. I felt inadequate. I looked bad. And this brought some rejection and abandonment to some so-called friends and family. So it took me several years. I'm still working on this. It's a constant battle for me, but these beliefs and fear are no longer true and they can still plague my mind. They've been knocking me down and blocking my path for way too long. And I didn't want to talk to people. And especially I've never wanted to speak in front of a lot of people for the fear of judgment or rejection or looking bad. But with my church, some great godly friends and family, and definitely this Optavia community, it's been a huge help to me, fortifying my fear with strong personal foundation and a healthy mindset. We are blessed to be surrounded by loving, like-minded individuals who we consider some of our best friends. They don't make you feel like a failure. They pray for you and they push you to be your best. So taking small action steps has helped me personally. First action was slowly beginning to speak on Zooms, then small baby steps to stage, and then recently speaking in front of hundreds on stage, not thousands. This was a huge step for me and it took a lot of courage. But I know what I need to become the best version of myself, and staying safe is preventing me from doing that. So the game changer is how you move forward in your fears. Your secret weapon is action. Taking even the smallest action can get you unstuck, especially before you're ready and when it's still uncomfortable. So let fear motivate you to take the actions you need. You have the life to have the life that you say you want. So how do you do that? Knowing and understanding your fears and your response to fear. Acknowledge that fear is influencing your behavior, your actions, and your results. Committing to managing any fear that blocks your path and embracing your fear so you can take the next action you see and take it courageously. The risk of staying safe in response to fear is that you hide your authentic self, preventing yourself from taking risks, trying new things, and growing. This stops you from making a move, taking action, and blocking your path to fulfillment. The good news, it's a choice to believe and think a certain way, and choices can change, and you get to choose. So fear is a choice, and you can choose to not be limited and motivated negatively by fear. Courage and freedom are on the other side of fear. Your challenge, should you accept it, is be aware of your fears. how they show up for you and influence your life. Acknowledge that you no longer want to be held hostage by your fear, that you're in charge, calling the shots, and committed to being in action. Yes, your path to courage is action. Taking even the smallest action steps move you along your path. So taking the steps to live courageously and get out of your comfort zone is the quickest path to reaching your full potential. So believing in you, and you've got this.